Smile Abdul Salam, beatsboxingmayhem.com. I'm here with a special guest. This man is the unified light heavyweight champion going for a step closer to undisputed this Saturday at Madison Square Garden. I'm here with none other than King Artur Beterbiev. Thank you for making time today. First question, you've been traveling a lot with your recent fights. Does it mean anything more to be fighting in Madison Square Garden, or is it just another venue for you?
I'm happy to have fight there, but be honest, I'm never dreaming about this. I'm never dreaming like have fight in one day. I will fight Madison Square Garden, but yeah, I'm happy to have fight there.
Got it. Now, since 2019, a lot of your fights have been going late, like late round knockouts, ninth round, 10th round. A lot of fighters struggle to keep their power late, but you haven't had that issue. Do you do anything different in your training that lets you retain that power later in the fight?
There is many things why it's going like this because people maybe teach me, they learn about me something, learn about something me, I don't know, and I have something changed maybe, I like change always something, when you stay on one line or one position, someone can get you, and but when you change it every time I change, it's tough to get that's
Got
why.
it. One other thing I've noticed about you is that you've handled adversity really well. In the Brown fight, you got cut, you got through that. Against Vosdick, you were down on the cards, got through that. Is there anything left that you feel you need to learn about yourself as a fighter, or do you think you're a complete fighter at this point?
I have many things to learn, I'm very far to be good boxer, but I hope one day I become good boxer.
Got it. Now, Dmitry Bivol, I interviewed him recently. I asked him about you and Joe Smith. He said something interesting. He said you and Smith have natural power, natural punch. And he said someone like Canelo, he quote unquote manufactures his power by timing and accuracy. Do you think that's a good description, or do you think that's selling you short as far as where your power comes from?
I think he can say he can talk about my power because he never received my punch in professional. I can't. I think yeah, he can compare punch from Joe Smith and from Canela because he had fight with them. But about me, I think he is like is not true. He can't compare like what if you feel something, it's like this. If you're not, you don't know. If you touch something, it's how he's feeling.
Got it. Now we know sparring is very, very important with any training camp. Who are some of the sparring partners you've had to prepare for this fight with Joe Smith?
I had but I don't want to tell names like before fight like. But I had this camp good sparring partners from England, from USA, from Europe, and we had a good sparring session.
Okay, good to hear. Good to hear. Now, I noticed on your Instagram, you've always talked about how important it is to rest, not just physically rest, but mental rest, being able to detox. And one thing you mentioned is you like to, go to the cinema. So I was wondering, what type of movies does Artur Beterbiev like? Are you a horror guy? Do you like comedies? What type of movies do you like in your spare time?
To get rest, of course, you need comedy, to get rest you need comedy or like very light movies. I don't like watch like 2 hours sit there, like I
Okay.
want short and lighter and comedy movies, like
Got it, got it. Now, the prophet, peace be upon him, he has an interesting saying that heaven is at your mother's feet. And we know that your mother is very instrumental in your life. Can you talk just a little bit about your mother's influence on your career going forward, how she's been supportive for you and been there for you?
You know, my mother, she was working. She was working nurse, like, 38 years, and now she's on pension, and I remember, like, when I was kid, since that time I was kid, she take care of my food, take care of everything, and still today she's like worrying about everything, like, it's like mothers. It's my mom, like,
Right.
and she helped me a lot that time when I was young, and she'll help me now too. I really appreciate her help and her support.
Great to hear. Great to hear. Now, one thing on the internet we see with you is your training. Everybody loves to watch your training videos with the unique push-ups and the barbells and everything that you do. But as you're getting older, have you had to modify that training any, or are you still able to go as hard as you went years ago with your training?
This question I always ask my condition coach or my boxing coach. I ask them always, like, I'm still like a few years ago, or I'm getting bad. They tell me, yes, you better than a few years ago. I don't know. Maybe they lie to me. I don't know. Maybe.
Right. Now, here's a unique thing I've noticed about this fight as opposed to your other fights. So, last month we had Ramadan and Eid al-Fitr, and then next month we're going to have, Hajj and Eid al-Adha. So your fight is right between two of the biggest, Muslim holidays that we have during the year. How has that affected your spiritual focus, if it has any, as far as your preparation, maybe having to fast last month? How have you been able to manage that with your training?
You mean about Ramadan or for next one?
Well, Ramadan before and even the next one, your fight being in the middle, how has that affected your training, if it has?
Oh, in Ramadan I used to train every day, like, we do training every day, like, only one training per day. It's good, like, it's like I used to it. I mean, and it's not complicated. I mean, it's good because we used to it. From my turn, when I was professional, since that time, when is Ramadan, we changed a little bit, modified training, like,
Okay.
do a little bit maybe easy, but still continue, still training.
Got it. Got it. Now, with this fight, everybody's thinking, oh, it's going to be a linear fight, it's going to be a war. That might not be the case. You have a very good amateur background. There's a lot of different strategies you can show in the fight. Do you think this fight is going to be a fight where you'll be able to showcase all of your talents, or do you think it's going to be a linear fight?
I can, even I think something, but I can't tell you. First of all, second one, I never tell you, like, what I want to do there, like, we never tell that, but I can say, like another boxers, I do that, this, that, but I never tell that. I will stay like Artur.
Right.
I will never talk about it, but I try to be my best in June 18th night.
Got it. A lot of other fighters that are on long knockout streaks, it kind of stays in the back of their mind and it kind of affects how they approach the fight. Haven't seen that with you. Do you even think about your streak, or is this something that you never really think about until we as media bring it up?
No, I'm not thinking about. I mean, if it's continue, yes, it's continue. If not, not. No. I mean, I'm not dreaming about knockouts.
Got it. Got it. Now, my last question for you is, like you mentioned, you're a very simple guy. You kind of stay away from the limelight, but you have been outspoken as far as social activism. On your Instagram, you talked about the Chechen deportation, back in 1944, so people can be aware of that. You've spoken about Palestine. Does it make it difficult now with what's going on with Russia and Ukraine? Do you feel like that's something you're conflicted about talking about, or do you just kind of keep that away from, yourself as far as comments on it?
Is I believe sport is out of politic. I think. I mean, my side like this. I don't know.
Got it. No problem. All right, Arthur, I thank you for your time. I appreciate
Thank
it.
you very much.
Any final thoughts before I let you go?
Be there, 18 June night.
I'm flying in tomorrow, so looking forward to seeing you.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right.